This is the second coding project for the Lingo kit. All this involves the light emitting diode, or otherwise known as an LED, and we're just going to be turning it on and off for a second. I'm going to start by explaining the software and the code that we used. So this is just the pin, the output pin that we're going to be using in this particular project. You'll see it later on in the video where I use it in the hardware. And we have the digital write command and the delay command. Essentially, the digital write is allowing us to write to the stem board, and we're using this digital pin 10 that's stated up here, and the high is just gonna basically turn it on. The digital write down here is the same thing we're using pin 10, and the low is gonna turn it off. So it's gonna turn on for 1 second. Right here, the delay 1000 milliseconds is just 1 second. So it's gonna turn on, then it's gonna delay for a second, it's gonna turn off, and it's gonna delay for a second. And it's in a loop, so it's just gonna keep repeating this over and over and over. And this is just the software part of it. Now onto the hardware. I've already connected it and uploaded it to the stem board, and it's performing the necessary functions that I wanted it to. The LED is flashing on and off. Like for a second it'll go off, a second it'll come on. Right here we have our little 220 ohm resistor, our ground and power. Well, that ground and power is actually connected to this ultrasonic sensor. We're not using it in this project, but it was from the previous project. I still had it hooked up. But we have our ground and power right here. It's connected to that LED. We got the short end of this LED connected to the negative terminal, the ground terminal, and the positive end is kind of connected to a resistor, which is also connected to our number 10 output pin that I was talking about earlier. This is the wire for it right here. This is where we're writing to it, and it's sending the output back to the LED to turn it on and off. And this is basically the end of the project.